Ready, and I'm just going to get us ready for custom streaming because our beloved intrepid leader has come down with a need for to chill tonight, and so we're just going to chill with him. So, Tangela, you can admit people, yes?
Yes, I'm admitting people as they're coming in.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and lots of love and blessings.
Oh, did you do that, Scott? Because because I was. Have you opened it up onto live streaming yet?
Yes, we're
Okay.
live streaming.
All right. Yay! Well, welcome everybody. Welcome all our Facebook and YouTube and custom streaming partners who are bringing us out to the world. We have a beautiful show tonight with Tangela and SoulSearch, and Scott is in the back watching and being beautiful. And Tangela, over to you for a moment if you'd like to introduce who we have with us, and then we can keep it rolling.
Are we going to show the bumper?
Are you going to show the
Oh,
bumper?
yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Welcome all. Welcome, everyone. And we'll take it away with the bumper, and then we'll be back in a few minutes.
We shall.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
And hello and welcome everyone to the Awakening World Saturday night. And we're delighted to have all of you here with us, the beautiful SoulSearch community, the beautiful Global Peace Tribe community, the Awakening World. Thank you for tuning in live in the Zoom room, of course, on Facebook, on YouTube, and thank you to all the broadcast partners that are supporting making this happen. And our wonderful host, Scott Katamas, and our fearless leader is unfortunately not feeling well today. He is still joining us here. So thank you, Scott, for being with us. And we are going to be sending him lots of love and lots of healing energies and lots of blessings throughout the show. And some of our guests will also be doing some live healing for Scott. So Scott, wishing you speedy recovery.
Thank you, Tangela. Thank you.
Oh, so happy you could be here with us, even though you are so sick. So, we're going to get you energized tonight, Scott. So not to worry about that. And of course, thank you to all of our amazing guests who are joining us tonight, including Dr. Catherine Athens, Joya Como, Lenore Cullen, Jenna Lee, and of course, Kirti and Meenakshi, and our amazing musical guests, Starchild and Bagari. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited that you all are going to be sharing your gifts with us as you always do. And for all of you, I think it's first time on the show, right? So
Yeah.
wonderful to have all of you on the show. And of course, we're excited to hear about your many diverse gifts that you are offering to the world, and excited to hear all about that through the show. And of course, to get us started is our amazing house musician, Omashar. Omashar, thank you so much for being here, as always, and just keeping the show rolling no matter what. We love you.
No matter what, we love you. I love being a part of this show. And we're going to start with a little song here called Hypnotized. And so feel free, Tangela, to, if anybody's actually dancing, just spotlight them. And I'm just going to spotlight myself. And
your sound is a little low, Omashar.
yeah. That's because I didn't want to press too many buttons. Anyway, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Now we recognize we are being hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and so now we rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Love is reaching through the hearts of me and you. Our world is waking up to our different points of view, 'cause now we recognize we've been hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and so now we rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da. So shake yourself free of the past. No longer do we walk in the dark, and show each other what we can do, and let our light shine right on through, and let the good of humanity stay, and let the dross simply fade away, and let the mother return to us all, so that love can have her way. Now we recognize we've been hypnotized. The spell is wearing off, and so now we rise with higher frequencies. There is no disguise. The truth of life itself is now realized. Ba-da-da-da.
Yay, Omashar, that was amazing. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Everyone can twinkle and gallery view. Beautiful.
Yes, I love playing that song. It just brings me to life when I play it. It takes a can you close the door, please? I got a little 2-year-old opening my door here going, I should have brought him on. Anyway, thank you so much. And onward and forward with this beautiful show. Where are you? There you are. Tangela.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Omashar. And just to let everyone know, of course, you can keep getting more and more of Omashar. You can visit him on his YouTube channel at Omashar Music, where you can see many of his videos and see all of his music from around the world. You can also find him on Bandcamp as well. So,
Can, and I've just released an electronic dance music song called Dancing into Greatness
oh,
on
wow.
Bandcamp. So just go to Bandcamp and put in Omashar and it'll take you straight to my page. Thank you so much.
Perfect. And we'll pull up your Bandcamp in a little while as well, Omashar. So thank you so much for starting us off with such a beautiful song. And we're excited to keep the show rolling. So thanks, Omashar. And to everyone, welcome. This is one of our collaborations with SoulSearch and the Global Peace Tribe. At SoulSearch, we are a community of seekers and healers all coming together to support raising the vibration of the planet as we all move into and co-create this higher octave of unity consciousness together. And so this show, I love co-hosting it because we are doing this right now as we all come together from all over the world and really bring our energies and unify and really then reverberate this amazing energy of healing, this consciousness of love and harmony and global peace that we all hold. And we just reverberate this across the planet and across the universe and the multiverse. So thank you all for joining today and doing the work with us. And Scott, you too. Thank you for being our fearless leader, starting this with Deborah Giusti and of course, leading the way. So welcome all. And I'm very excited to introduce our first guest, Jenna Lee. Jenna is amazing. She lives in the Phoenix area and is a regular at all of our Scottsdale expos, as well as she has been in our Bay Area and California expos, but it's her first time on the show. Jenna Lee and her company is called My Awakening Within, is known as an Akashic Enlightenment Lightwalker practitioner, channeler, teacher of light. She working with the Akashic Enlightenment includes accessing your Akashic Records, Book of Life, and the Book of Truth, which contains the laws of the multi-universe. Jenna channels through your energetic records of everything you have experienced in all lifetimes, connecting to 5D through 12D ascended consciousness, Elohim, and Aqualorian crystalline light healing. So, Jenna, thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, beautiful.
Well, we're so
So,
excited. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you'll be sharing with us today.
absolutely, absolutely. And thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. I'm excited to be here. And I am, as Tangelia has said, an Akashic Enlightenment Lightwalker practitioner. I work with your Akashic records, and I also work with a lot of other multi-universal attunements as well. So your Akashic records is your book of life, everything that you've experienced in this lifetime, you can tune into other lifetimes as well. And I also work with the laws of the universe, the channeling in unity consciousness type of frequency. So it's a higher space, it's a higher awareness, a higher density that just kind of helps round out the sessions. And I also work with a lot of different modalities. So today, there'll be a light language activation. I felt called to working with a collective group healing. So you'll kind of get a little in touch with that. If you're not familiar with light language, it can be connecting into your true source and soul self, and just channeling in as well to even interdimensional beings. So I do work with other interdimensional beings that will be coming into the collective group healing today, and there'll be a collective message. It feels like there's something that will kind of be coming in after the activation there. And so I am a channeler, and basically that means that I tune in to different frequencies. And even as I'm kind of even connecting in here right now, just kind of tuning into whatever's needed for the collective here, and tapping into that altered state, and just being a conduit to help people remember their own template and their own consciousness from their divine blueprint. We come into this incarnation and we have this perfect divine blueprint. We have things that happen to us, and sometimes our body can be in a space of whether it's fight or flight, or it can be remembering old stories that are telling us, reminding us that, something that happened to us. And so it's just channeling and templating in this true soul self and allowing us to remember, hey, that's this true presence of frequency. And so I feel actually the energy starting to come in quite a bit. So I'm going to just start to tune in there, and it'll start with a little bit of a guided space as well to kind of help us ground in that energy. If you have an intention as well, if you're looking for any specific healing, you can tune into that as well. You can say for your highest good. The energy works on a physical level as well as emotional, karmic, and all the way up to causal plane. So where things come in, where they're rooted, mindsets can kind of come in and can even create physical symptoms. So just tune in to whatever your body needs and have that intention there as well. So feel free to just kind of start to relax the body, relax the eyes as we're just opening up our own channels to receive whatever we're looking to receive, connecting in as well to the universal templates, truths, to Christ consciousness, universal love, allowing that to just start to channel in, knowing that we're worthy of receiving all of that energy, all of that guidance, and holding that in our body and just starting to ground that in. You can actually even start to visualize roots in the bottom of your feet, just starting to ground into Mother Gaia, into the earth here, using that support to help release any excess energy. Just allowing your body to just receive what comes in and be in the natural state of flow and presence. Kweyasite wala ha, ikwasite wala hasike waha, kwa hasike wala hua yesukwa, yola hasite wala kwaiha, kiyosiki dola waka yosukwaya, yola hasike wa, kwaya tisula hakwaya sutula ka wakasi wahala hua, kiyokawa, kweyasike dola hakawa yasila waha, kwaya sutuala kete weke wahaka, Kiosu wala haka wahiate shukuluk hasiata. Koya siki wala haka wahasukwala. Yukwayate suta. Yokwaya silwahas. Kuyiti akawala. Grounding that into the heart, opening that up further to receive. Just starting to visualize any pink energy flowing in, unconditional love, as that wraps around the body. Just effortlessly starting to flow into that heart space, moving into the deep layers, into the subatomic layers, through every ounce of that physical body, dropping in deeper into your own Christ consciousness template, letting that move through, Kwayasito wala heke wa hesi wata waka suitike wala. Kwaya kwa hasike la wa hakasitu wale ata. Kwaya sela kwaya to haka. Wiyesitu wale heke wa yuha. Kwaya sutu wala hakawa. Kwayasite wala heke wa hao. Kwaya husu kwaya. Kioko has. Kiokola. Kiwala hasila. Seeing your truth, expressing your truth from your heart, seeing that reflection in this present moment. Dwi yawa hasiki dola hakawa, kowa hasiki wahata, yuwala hasiti wala hakwa, kuwa yasite la waka, uwa hasiki wa, kuiti la waka siki dola, yuwa sukwai hate kwati shwakitela, kawa siki, tuwa hashitiwa. Tuele kwa siki watua hakayas. Kiwele kwa yasitu ikita. Iwasiti wale haka. Iwasiti wale hakawiyata. Iwasiti wale siki wala ushkwa. Releasing what doesn't serve you as you're creating space for your true self to be seen here and now. Kuya siti, kwaya katawala hasitila, kwaya sikiwala hekwaya, yesula ikiwatea sukwala, kawasi, kuya tawa hasikiwala, yasitela wa hakawa, yusutu wakitela kwaya hati sukwa, uitiata, iweta wakaya tua hashukwa, iwatela, embodying this truth, this remembrance of your true, whole, divinely perfect self in this physical body. Koyete, koyeke kwalakaya, yosukuite akawate hiskite wala hakawas, kiwate atu wala hate, kiuki wala, koyasike wala hakwa, iwate sutueta, tuesite wala, waka, uesite wale. Just coming back to that heart space. Just starting to bring awareness back to the body, but not fully back yet. Just remembering what this presence feels like, this truth. Holding that in the body. Putting a word to it, maybe. Knowing where you feel that in the body. Maybe you feel that in the heart. Maybe you feel that in the throat. Maybe you feel like putting your hands on your heart. Feeling that heartbeat, solidifying in that remembrance and truth into this moment here. Now, just starting to come back to the body, into the space that you're in. And just start to open those eyes if that feels right. You can let them fall shut still if that feels right to you. Just starting to come back in and bring this grounded presence back into your space. You may even feel your feet on the ground. Know that you're on the earth and that you're here and that you have that energy flowing through you. Maybe you look at some space in your room that you're in so that you just start to bring in that physical reality into that presence within the body. You're just grounding that even deeper in. Yeah. Ooh. I have a little bit of a collective message that is coming through with that as well. Just channeling in here. There was a bit on this Christ consciousness coming in. There's a bit on who we truly are and allowing that to be seen in the world today and however that shows up. unequivocally allowing that deep presence be remembered, and letting people or situations fall out. There's a deep awakening within the collective, and as we are shifting, there might be things that we remember. There might be there might be a projection of something from someone onto us, and that is not ours to hold and to carry. And sometimes we may have been in roles where we felt like we needed to fix. There may have been something in our past, something from when we were younger, where we were in spaces to try to maybe fix things. And there is a collective calling from Mother Gaia and the universe asking us to step into who we truly are and let others on their path hold that love for them by seeing them, by seeing presence within ourselves, and by letting them be on their journey. That in itself is a huge teaching and the highest form of love, allowing them to be able to move through their journey and not necessarily be in that loop with them, playing in that, if they have a loop or a pattern that they are facilitating out externally, that may kind of, we may be pulled into fixing it, right? But the universe is telling us that we're whole and those people are whole too. And part of their journey might be how they can figure that out on their own. Being the greatest teacher and being present within our own body, embodying that helps people see their truth, right? Because there's a remembrance there, that template of that Christ consciousness, that wholeness. They see that just by that frequency, just by being in that space. And so that is the greatest teacher of all. And it's quite beautiful to see that shift within. So yeah, I feel that coming through. That's kind of moving out a bit as that energy flows out, and it's really, really warm on my side. So like the energy has shifted. It feels like that message is pretty complete, and I feel very grateful to have been able to share whatever has come through today. Yeah.
So much, Jenna, for that. It was beautiful. And
Yeah.
Scotty Satori's commenting, it felt like a head massage inside out for me. Beautiful voice. And Carol Craig saying, love listening to light language, maximum grace for this wonderful start to the show. So really showing the appreciation. And I also know that you wanted to do a remote healing for Scott. So Scott, um, Jenna is here and she's able to do a remote healing for you as well.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And bring
Yeah.
you up here so we can have you receive some well-deserved healing.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jenna Lee, and thank you, Tangela.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a little bit of light language as well as the aqua and crystalline light healing that'll
Okay.
just kind of flow through. So just kind of relax into into your body. Feel free to shut those eyes as you're just opening up to receive in the channel, to receive this divine love, just letting that flow in. And I'm just actually seeing a lot of gold come in as well. So letting that frequency start to permeate through that heart, through that crown, as that starts to move through. Toyesikito ala hasikito ole sukiti asuata yosukita ala heke sutwe te lawa hata yesiwa la haka wa he sito ala heke tuele situele heo kwa kawasitela weyete yusula haka o asitela wakitea we asitola hakawa yesutola yesutwe wa yasia, letting that heart just open up, receiving universal love, just move through. Tui site waketa stuela koto sitea tuisi atoa hashkote ates teole. Quaia setole koia te. Tui sutueta ikua hasetela oka. Centering back into that heart. And just feel free to stretch and come back to the room at your own pace. Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you, Jenna. That
Yeah,
your words are very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And
beautiful.
thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Scott, we have a lot of people also sending you blessings of maximum grace, in the chat, and really just sending you a lot of love. Everyone's saying, you've been working so hard for weeks. It's understandable that your body needs to rest now from IATA. I pray that you have some loving support around you so you can have time to heal, recover, catch your breath. And that goes for all of us, sending your healing energy and blessings.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm in a safe place with all, dear friends, and I'm in a very safe place. So where I can just rest. And, thank you for carrying on. And I'll be watching the show throughout the night, and love you, Tangela. Thank you, Jenna Lee. Wonderful to meet you. Sorry that it's under these particular circumstances.
It's okay. Feel better.
And thank you, Jenna. That was very beautiful and powerful. And I just want to show everyone also I'm going to show them your SoulSearch profile, because of course, all of our amazing practitioners who you're going to see tonight, you can find them all on SoulSearch. Meet Jenna, a teacher and walker of light. And of course, you can also connect with her through her website, myawakeningwithin.com. You can see that she offers Akashic Enlightenment sessions for addressing deeper trauma. Is there anything else you'd like to specifically show on here, Jenna, or point people to?
Yeah. Yeah, so I did talk about the different sessions, the Akashic Enlightenment sessions. I do the energy sessions as well. So under services, you'll see those as well. There's a new program if people are feeling guided to, it's a Soul Mirror Awakening program. It's a journey, so it's not just a one session. It's learning to use the mirrors of the environment around us to help us understand our subconscious and what the world around us is really telling us about our reality and where we're creating from. So that's a new program that I just launched there. And so it's a 6-month program, and it's very in really just learning, coming to learn our true selves and understanding what might be in the way. I work in the Akashic Enlightenment field, but this will help people they don't need to go into their records. They can see what's happening around them.
Beautiful.
Um,
So
yeah.
what can people expect from the 6-month program working with you?
Yeah, so they can expect to understand where are people creating from, right? If we're trying to understand our subconscious mind, we sometimes create from a space of fear because something that happened to us. Maybe there's some, abandonment wounds or things that are coming up, and we may be creating from that unconsciously. So what is our environment saying, and how to be able to use that to shift and see the story of the truth in the present moment. So it's just transforming the way that we're seeing the world, really. I also have the attunements that are on there as well. You were just on that. Yeah. And so there's 2 different sets of attunements there. It's an aquamarine light being attunements. Yep. That's one of them. And I actually have a live group attunements coming up in May, where this helps us. This is part of the energy that came in today. The aqualorines, they're interdimensional beings, and these attunements help us connect to our true soul self and help us to really lighten the load, as well as the angelic attunements, those as well. If you feel connected to the angelic realm, this came into me when I was at Mount Shasta last year. And so this is connected to the seraphim, to higher angelics, higher consciousness, or just awareness, basically, is all that means. And these are attunements to connecting in, as well as channeling the energy through ourselves as well. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Jenna, and thank
Thank
you
you.
for connecting us with the Aqualorians
Yeah.
tonight also and bringing through the beautiful light language and healing. Very powerful. And of course, you can also meet Jenna in person at our SoulSearch event. Are you going to be with us in Scottsdale? Are you
Yes.
going to? Yes. Okay, perfect. Jenna will be with us in Scottsdale. So if you all are in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, come and meet Jenna June 14th and 15th. She'll be there doing her amazing Akashic
Mhm.
enlightenment readings, attunements, and much more. And of course, you can also reach out to her online. So thank you for being here with us today. It's been beautiful to have you. And thank
Yeah.
you for Scott as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you for having me.
Scott, how are you feeling?
I mean, I definitely am feeling all the love that people are sending me, and Jenna Lee's light language was very beautiful to listen to. And I'm pretty exhausted. Yeah.
Keep resting, keep resting. We won't bother you anymore here.
Well, thank you, Tanji. I feel your love. It means a lot to me.
Oh, wonderful. So thank you so much. And then, of course, I'm excited to introduce our next guest who will be joining us, and also her first time on the show, Dr. Catherine Athens. Dr. Catherine Athens is a psychotherapist, life coach, author, and metaphysical expert. She can help you heal anxiety and trauma to manifest the life of your dreams. For over 30 years, Dr. Athens has dedicated her life to guiding individuals to dissolve deep negative programs, release trauma and emotional blocks, reconnect with their highest self, and open to love, light, and truth in the universe. So we're delighted to have you here with us, Dr. Catherine. Welcome.
Thank you very, very much. It's my pleasure to be with everybody. Yes, I do a lot of work with people. I have something called a seminar called Unblocking Your Pipeline to God. And it's very popular because people don't realize that they have a pipeline to the infinite. They don't realize that the universe is there to support them and to make their dreams come true. People see the universe as separate from them, and it's not. And so I work on a deep level with people and doing the deep work to get at the deep emotional hurts and traumas that we carry around and that we manifest kind of every day of our lives. And I agree with Jenna. If you look at the universe, what is the universe saying? And what's interesting to me, tomorrow is my birthday. And so usually before your birthday, you have a birthday cleansing. And so the cleansing is to see and not to be upset about how lost so many people are, how they forgot about their amazing, eternal, infinite soul, the gift of the intelligent universe, how I deal with people who have decided that they're alone on the earth and they have no resources to deal with their problems, to deal with life, and people who don't remember. In the summer, I'm going to teach a class on the habits of happiness, not the book that you read, but just coming back to the decisions we make about how we're going to feel every day. What are we going to do every day? How are we going to see things? Are we going to see things through our projections? Are we going to see things through the love of our heart? How do we do that? And I work with people to separate out interpretation from projection, from what people call facts. And it's a very interesting process. And it's kind of the subfloor. I remember when The Secret was very popular. And I would get so many people who said, well, The Secret didn't work for me. I said, well, The Secret doesn't work for anybody. You work, and it's not a secret. And they were lost. People, unfortunately, forgot that there is a universal source of love and truth, and that we are part of that, that is our nature, that is where our strength is. We've developed, especially in the Western world, an ego edging God out, and we've replaced the God, the infinite love, with something else. And you can't do that and be stable and be sane. And so right now in our world, we're seeing a lot of chaos because people have embraced something that isn't real. And when it's been taken away from them, I see people that are having, I won't say a nervous breakdown, but are having collapses and don't understand what's going on. And really what's going on is we are being freed from the illusions that we have been taught are our realities. And I talk about these deep, embedded negative programs that we all bought, because when you're a child, you're a sponge and you soak everything up. Thank God we're made so that as we get a little older, we have the ability to be more objective and look at, wait a moment, that isn't really true. I can let go of that fallacy. I can let go and I can embrace something else. And a lot of times people are frightened about doing that because it often means that there's a time when you're empty, but you're not really empty, because the love of God, and I always talk about pink cotton candy, we ask for the love of God to fill you and to strengthen you. I work hand in hand with the angels, a lot of angels, so I am very connected to the angelic realm. And I've been trained in deep psychotherapy in all kinds. Plus, I was trained as a psychic surgeon, a healer, a trance medium. I found out when I was in my 20s that I was very psychic, which I didn't understand because I was trained as a scientist. So I've been able to take the science and the metaphysics and bring them together in a very nice way to allow people to rediscover how amazing each person is. We are a miracle. A miracle, by definition, is unable to be explained, unable to be defined. And I know there are a lot of people who are out of balance, who are trying to take DNA and make androids and robots and all that stuff, who have diminished the human being so much. And unfortunately, we as humans have allowed that. But we are so much more than that. Within us are the crystalline formations of all knowledge, all wisdom, all love, and it is within the liquid, the water that's in us. We're 83% or more water, and within the water are crystals, as Dr. Emoto in Japan showed us, that when we send love to water, the crystals become beautiful. And if we send hate and negativity to water, the crystals become ugly. It's very simple. The universe is simple, however, for us, not easy to understand. But if we stop trying to understand with our head and start coming down to the heart. I wrote a book with my colleague Marie-France Louvel called The Heart Brain, and it talked about the heart, not the brain in the head, is responsible for the homeostasis in the body. The heart goes around and makes sure every organ system is functioning well. And if the heart is at peace, it will send that information up the vagus nerve into the brain. But what happens, because we don't want to know, oftentimes there's something in the back of your head, it's where it's flat, you can feel it, it's called the thalamus. It will sort out what the information, it will say, well, this person isn't ready to know this. So it will send it to our unconscious to await the time when we wish to know. And unfortunately, in Western society, our neuro people have championed the brain and the head as everything. And the truth is that the heart sends between 87 and 93% of the information of the body up the vagus nerve into the brain and the head. Very little is sent down from the brain and the head back into the body. And I know that Eastern cultures call the heart mind. They don't call the brain mind. But when we come back into the heart, and now, of course, all of our new age health people are talking about the brain and the gut, that actually in the heart and in the gut actually controls the thoughts we have in our brain. Now think about that. The food we eat changes our neuro images and neuro understandings. Just the food we eat, the way we think, what we say, changes the way the body functions. And as the body is changed, it changes the way we feel. So we have to come back to simple, easy stuff of accepting the body as miraculous, that within the heart are portals to other dimensions, that we have always been interdimensional beings, but through misunderstanding that has been canonized, unfortunately, in our religions and churches, we have been stopped from enjoying our interdimensional beingness. So I work with people, whatever level you're on, to begin to love yourself more. I can't tell you how many people hate themselves, and for no good reason, but they don't think of themselves as miraculous. They don't see that whatever 50 trillion cells we have in our bodies, and every single cell has intelligence. They don't see how amazing that is. But we were made to replace our limbs, to travel interdimensionally, to heal ourselves. We were made of love. And I talk to people a lot about that, about the fact that the stomach sends love to the liver, and the liver sends love to the heart, and our organs send love, which is truth, to each other until they're interfered with and they become out of balance. And then things go awry and things get chaotic. So applying love, just as Dr. Emoto had the Buddhist monks send love to turgid water to make it clean and drinkable, we can send love to ourselves and send love to the world. In my classes, we always put the world in the center of our class, and we send everything in it, whether it be a thought form or a person or an animal or a thing or a plant. We send everything on earth into the deep levels of earth, love. And the earth, I had a class, a sound class, where David Gibson, who has an amazing sound institute in Sausalito, it used to be in San Francisco, and he's done all this research on sound. And he talks about every blade of grass is the world saying, I love you. Can you imagine? Can you start to realize how much love is being poured at us every single day? So I talk to my clients and students and I say, look at all the love. Every leaf on a tree is saying, I love you. I said, I want you to say, I love you back. I love you. I was working with an older lady, and I told her to tell her children, I love you. And she said, well, they know I love them. I said, no, they don't. It's important. We have the words, the vibrations of words. Remember, in the beginning, there was the word, there was sound, and God is made of dimensions of sound, and words came from the Godhead of sound. And so if you listen to Aramaic or Hindi, they're very much like the Godhead sounds. And our words came from that. And so it's so important to watch our words and what are we really saying to each other, to the world, to ourselves. If you watch your thoughts, what are you saying? What about saying, I love you? I'm willing to love you. I'm willing to learn how to love you. It's that simple medicine that comes that actually changes the mitochondria in your cells. And your mitochondria are key. Now, all the new scientists are talking about activating mitochondria, making more mitochondria so our cells can make more stem cells, so it's key. But saying, I love you is, you can do that. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't need to go anywhere. It's there for you to use your words properly. Remember in kindergarten, we talked about using your words. It's so important to understand ourselves and understand our words. What are we saying? And how are we saying it? And so much of what we say is noise. And so it's very important to remember, if we have nothing to say, I love you. Yes.
Dr. Catherine, there's a lot of comments coming in the chat. Susan Bloomquist saying, this is the doctor's prescription. I love you.
Yes, very good.
Carol Craig saying 100% agree on activating mitochondria. Susan saying, I'm hearing where you put your focus on is how your body feels and heals. And also Pam, I love the image of the organ sending love to each other. I had never heard or thought of that before. So sweet. I'm going to incorporate that into my morning meditations. And Carol also saying, prescription, I love you, prescription. So yes, beautiful, beautiful teaching and powerful, and also, using a scientific basis for all of this as well. It's not just it's just not new age woo woo. This is something that's scientifically happening in our bodies and has been captured. So it's beautiful that you're sharing this. Thank you, Dr. Catherine.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And remember, Einstein said, any student of physics must become a student of metaphysics.
Beautiful. Exactly. And I'm going to just share your SoulSearch profile as well, because this is how all of you can connect with Dr. Catherine Athens. As you know, you see here, she is a licensed psychotherapist, metaphysical teacher, and life coach. And of course, you can go to her website directly, Catherine Athens, PhD, where she has all types of different offerings, including psychotherapy, classes and workshops, and many free resources as well that you can check out. All types of resources here, and of course, and her podcast. And then you're also going to be with us at the SoulSearch Expo in Santa Cruz coming up May 17th and 18th as well.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful. I'm so excited to be with you there. And I'm looking at possibly coming to Scottsdale. I love Scottsdale. And the
Wow.
people are so open there. They want to learn. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so, yes, Dr. Catherine will be wonderful. She often is with us in Scottsdale. So that'll be fantastic if you can be there. And for those of you who are in the Bay Area, come and join us. Catherine will be giving a talk in Santa Cruz at 4 p.m. on Sunday as well, which will be a really amazing experience also. And as you can see here, she offers all types of different classes and workshops, then retreats that are very powerful too. So Dr. Catherine, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful practices with all of us, something that we can all do. And I love what you also said about how every blade of grass is always saying, I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. Beautiful.
Thank you.
We'll see you in Santa Cruz.
We will.
And happy birthday. So everyone, I'd love everyone to join in and just wish Dr. Catherine an amazing happy birthday. And thank you for sharing all of this love with all of us.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's a real birthday this time. Because you know, if you've had a baby, you know what you go through when you do your labor, and then what you get is this miracle from God, straight from God. Amazing. So good.
We're happy
Thank you.
celebrate your birthday with you here. Thank you for being part of our community.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wonderful. And that was beautiful. So thank you all for sharing in and saying happy birthday to dear Dr. Catherine Athens. And of course, I'm excited to introduce our musical guests this evening, Starchild and Vigari, who are joining us with their mystical tunes from Canada. So welcome to you both.
Yes, thank you. We are Starchild, the Mystiques, and coming to you from Salt Spring Island, just off the west coast of Canada. And we want to say a special thank you to Dr. Catherine for reminding us of how much love is surrounding us and how much we have the potential to spread that love around with our words.
Thank you. This one is for you, Scott. And all of you, my brothers and sisters. It's called Messenger of the Stars. It's who we are. We are the dreamers. We are the dream. We are the dancers. We are the dancers. We are reawakening. We are remembering that love is the sacred dance. You are a messenger of the stars. Yes, we are the messenger of the stars. We are the lovers. We are love, love, love. We are the singers. We are the song. On est des amoureux de la vie. Des chansonniers, la chanson, des danseurs, on est la danse. On est ici pour aimer. We're here to love, to love. We are the messengers of the stars. We are the messengers. Les messagers des étoiles. Messengers of the stars. We are the dreamers. We are the dream. Okay, yeah, yeah. Awakening. We are remembering that love, love, love is the sacred dance. We are remembering that love
Beautiful. That was amazing, Star Child and Bagari. Thank you so much. Beautiful message for all of us. Carol J. Craig writing, "We are the dreamers. Let's dream up a world of peace, love, and prosperity." And then Ayada saying, "My body and soul really needed some Fanny and Bagari magical, mellow medicine music tonight." Thank you so much for your beautiful, mystical medicine music for all of us. We are the dreamers, and just everyone
Thank you so much.
to give you all a twinkle here to see in gallery view as well. So
Feels so good to be loved. To be loved, and it feels so good to love. Thank you so much, Global Peace Tribe.
Yes, we love you.
We love you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, everyone can tune in and find more of both of you at your website here, starchild.ca. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Mystical Heart Music, the music of Fanny Starchild and Vigari Sendar. And you can hear their beautiful music here. You can have links to Bandcamp as well. And also on your YouTube channel too. Thank you for healing the world. There's a beautiful song here as well that people can listen to. So thank you so much, Starchild and Vagari. And of course, we're looking forward to having you all come and join us for a second song later. Thank you.
Much love.
Much love. Thank you all. And Omashar, I think we have a few Global Peace Tribe announcements we're going to make right now.
We do, and the Mystiques, that was awesome. I was captivated. I was dreaming along, and I was looking for somebody to spotlight who was dancing, but we were all entranced. So thank you, and it sounded absolutely stunning. And the announcement of the moment is basically, come and join the Global Peace Tribe. And here it is. It's really easy to do. Just register for our new seasons, which has just started. And you can see some of the beautiful beings who are on our show and Scott's show, should I say, but it's kind of ours. We are the tribe. And all you have to do is click this wonderful button in the middle, and theoretically something will happen. It's not there it is.
Yes, I did 6 minutes. I'm just
Well, anyway, whatever. It's now asking that if I'm a human. Oh, I'm a human. That's wonderful. So anyway, we can go on to this wonderful website and register. And the reason for that is, in the Zoom room, we have a wonderful global community, and we're all getting to know each other, and we love new people in here. But ultimately, we need your support to continue this programming. And you can join for as little as $20, I think, if you're a student, or you're hard pressed, or you can put in $1 million if you're like a gazillionaire. And so please join us. And thank you, Stangila.
Wonderful. Thank you, Omashar. Yes. So, of course, we broadcast the show on Facebook and YouTube, and you can watch it anywhere. But if you would like to join, you can get the link to the Zoom room so you can come and participate in our chat, be active in the community, ask questions. And of course, when we do live readings and healings, get some of those as well. So, encourage all of you who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, come and join us and register for the Global Peace Tribe.
We have two or three shows a week, and special meditations, and sometimes we'll have viewing parties on specific movies. So it's a good place to come and be. It feels really sweet. It's heart-centered and it's love.
Wonderful. Yes. And of course, we love all of your music as well, Omashar, as the house musician. So thank you for that. And now I'm delighted to be introducing our next guest, also first time to be on the show as well. We have the wonderful Meenakshi Mithal. who is the operational head of the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness family, and Kirti Gadra, who is also the co-founder of the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness family. And this is a wonderful global community that has clubs worldwide where people with various beliefs come together to consciously experience the correlation between their life realities and the science of consciousness. The founder of the community is a philosopher scientist, Dr. Bhupendra Chaudhary. He is a highly acclaimed researcher, and his efforts are dedicated to translating profound spiritual concepts into rational and practical forms. And so we're really excited to hear more about your organization and everything that you do. Welcome, Meenakshi and Kirti, to the show.
Hey, thank you, Tanjana. And good evening, everyone. And it's truly wonderful to be here. And oh my God, the vibe that you all are creating and the ripple effect that we all are experiencing, it's truly wonderful. And that takes me back to the questions which began this helped our journey to begin. So, what makes you think that there is some force which is guiding us, or
Hey, Meenakshi,
someone
your voice is coming and going. I don't know. Do you have two things open? Your voice is coming in and going out. I don't know how to.
Yeah,
No,
let's close your second window, maybe. Is that okay if I do that? If I
Yeah.
remove? Okay, I'm gonna
Sure.
just, I'm not gonna report it to Zoom. Or if you can close it, I'll just remove it. Okay, so perfect. And then I know you want to share the presentation, but maybe right before sharing it, just let us know a little bit about both of you and like just like how you were
Sure.
saying, see and feel
Yeah.
your before we get into the presentation. That'll be wonderful. Thank you.
Sure. So what we were actually trying to mention is it is truly wonderful to be here, and thanks a lot for building this community. And it's so great that small clusters are, coming together and making a beautiful piece, a mosaic, which is what we call it as oneness. And it's beautiful to again interacting with all of you, and which takes me back to the question which helped me begin my journey. Like, what makes you think that there is some force which is guiding us, or there is someone that is protecting us, or are we doing something, or things are happening? If we were to ask each of you to recall a moment in your life that couldn't be fully explained by logic, but I'm confident most of you could think of one. Some might describe it as a magic, but perhaps. Okay, hold on. Is this better? Is the sound better now?
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Talking now.
Okay. So my name is Kirti, and I'm a tech professional from NVIDIA. I'm pursuing my doctorate here in the USA, and extremely grateful to be honed by the inner compass provided by this beautiful community, Circle of Consciousness and Happiness, which was founded by philosopher, scientist, researcher, and seeker himself, Sri Bhupendra Chaudhary. So we have been seeking answers that we could not find on Google or any similar search engine. So here I would like to bring up something which wherein I would like to have your inputs. Introduction. Okay, so let me, I did my introduction, so let Meenakshi take over. Hi everyone.
Hey, Meenakshi, maybe we'll go to your other computer. I think you have the sound compression on really hard on your computer, um, Kirti, because it keeps on cutting you out. I think you need to go into settings and take off the heavy compression because it keeps cutting it out. So maybe if you use your mic on the other computer you've just come in on. Hang on a minute. Yeah, try it again.
Yeah, now you can go. Yeah. Hi, is it
Okay.
better now?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll use this computer then. So, hello everyone. It's so nice to meet everyone, and then the energy in this whole collective energy, we can feel it. And I really was having the goosebumps when we all were talking, and then especially when we are going through the from Jenny's meditation, and when Dr. Catherine was sharing her research work, it was truly amazing. And the musical part that you guys have brought in, it's like, really uplifting. And we are feeling very blessed to be part of this community, and feeling blessed that we are able to bring what our founder really is doing and has a mission to all of you, so that all of you get a chance to become part of cycle of consciousness and happiness. So briefly, I'll tell you about myself. I'm Meenakshi. I'm an IT professional in Bay Area, working as a software engineer. I volunteer, like Kirti, I volunteer for this organization, the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness, and now have been promoted to the operational head of this organization as well, which I feel we all are equal, but still it's a responsibility I got. So basically, I got into this circle of consciousness and happiness because I myself was struggling at various fronts in my life, like my personal life, my job, my health, my relationships, all were suffering. That's when someone introduced me to this concept of consciousness, and that's when I became part of the organization. I started learning Sir's teachings and the practices and the small tools that he provides us, which changed my entire life 360 degree. And then I said, oh gosh, this consciousness is such a powerful thing that everyone should learn, and then that can have an expedited results in their life. So I could turn around my health, my relationships, my job criteria. Like my job, I got laid off, but then applying the consciousness tools and techniques, I got the job like within 4 weeks. And so many things, the experiences that I'm having each and every day now are becoming countless. So that's when I got that inner calling that, okay, I got my life purpose, and this is the life purpose, to bring this knowledge to everyone. And each and every soul, the every soul has a right to be happy, and everyone should get it. So so let's see how and what more programs are coming in, but let's go step by step. So Kirti, over to you.
Hey, this is a simple image, but has thousands of words. So we would like everyone to interpret just the way they feel right now in this moment, and they can share what they feel about this particular image in the chat.
So beautiful.
Network connectivity, cosmic intervention. The world is undergoing massive changes right now. I'm an electrical being connected to the cosmos. Beautiful. So there are beautiful interpretations. And what we have learned out of Sir's teachings is nothing is right or wrong. Everything comes as an experience from, and once we know from the level of consciousness, everything is neutral. Everything is to help all of us grow. So
Hey, Kirti, can I say something on
sure,
this?
sure.
Okay, so how about we say it's a collective energy or collective upliftment? Yeah, no one is isolated, no one is alone, and we are like a family and collectively growing. How about that?
Absolutely. I think this image also talks about the current upgrade of AI and technological advancements, but what about humans? What makes us unique is the consciousness element, is the human essence that lies within all of us, and which makes us completely different from all the machines. Let's accept that all the machines, the AI, the technology, and all the advancements are outperforming, and we cannot compete with that. But then what is the survival element? So for the techies like us, this is a big question mark. And everyone here in this community is already nurturing their consciousness, and we can feel the vibes. But some rational, analytical minds which are struggling through, and we were struggling through those, and Sir's scientific teachings have brought this beautiful reality to us where, you know, we are opening ourselves to more vulnerability, who we truly are, and how to embrace this beautiful oneness. So that is this community is all about, where you actually feel and experience a lot of things.
So that's the beauty of this community. See, if you can see, everyone's answers is different, everyone's perception is different. But the beauty is by applying this technology, by applying these methods, tools, and techniques developed by our sir, we all are benefited. We all get benefited with the perception and the perceiving that we have, the receiving that we think, and the situation that we are facing in our life. With this, we would like to say, we would like to introduce to our founder of this organization. So our founder is Shri Bhupendra Chaudhary. He is a scientist, philosopher. He is a human visionary. He is a researcher, and he has done his studies from Cambridge, Stanford, Harvard, Santa Clara University. So he has done multiple degrees, and this is the result of his decades of research work, where he practiced the modern science of spirituality to become more and more aware. So with more awareness, we can lead the life with better health, more happiness, and prosperity. So everything here in this organization is scientific and research based. The tools and techniques that are developed by Sir are very simple, so that anyone can apply them. So, and the roots of the research are based on the ancient spiritual texts, which are from Greek, from Persian to Roman to Zen to Indian. But Sir discovered that all the parts are leading to the same destination. So he thought, okay, why don't I consolidate everything and bring to the communities, so that it just don't remain confined to seekers, monks, or the practitioners.
Yeah.
So he made this profound science into such a simple techniques and brought it to our communities, where we can practice it in our day-to-day life, while doing our jobs, while doing our daily chores, while doing any task in our daily life. We can practice this. So his innovations ensure that ordinary working individuals like us can benefit instantly with this beautiful knowledge to enhance our lives and improve our health, improve our relationships. Any aspect of our life, we can apply this. So,
the reason for it is, consider it as a tree. Well, I don't have to tell you how the consciousness works. It is the deepest thing like roots. So if we have to uplift all the areas, all the facets of our life, obviously we would nurture our roots. So that's what we have been doing, and it's really wonderful that we see the connection, we feel the connection, and we feel the vibrations whenever we are interacting with like frequencies. And it is really experiential here as well. It's just that there is a lens of science, so that even the most analytical, rational people would also get some interest, and they shouldn't be deprived of these beautiful offerings, the ultimate truth, who we truly are. That's the ultimate goal from everything that we do here. So again, so we already introduced you to the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness, which is a research-based spiritual organization dedicated to exploring the science of consciousness. And Sir always says that spirituality and science is always considered as two poles. In fact, spirituality is the mother of all sciences. That's the So that's the beauty of this entire community, where all our conditionings, the limiting beliefs simply drop, and the lenses drop, and we see through. We cut through the noise and just hear the inner voice.
Yeah, and nobody here remains isolated. We work like he has created a safe space where everyone can join the community. It's a very close, like only referral based, and then we can join the community. It's free. It's every weekly we meet for 1 hour, and where we practice SIR's tools and techniques, and do the experience sharing, and very safe, without judgments, full of love, full of compassion, full of acceptance, full of respect for each other's, no negativity, only positivity. So it's really a wonderful community, and we feel lucky to be part of it, and spread about it as much as possible. Kirti.
So yeah, I mean, it's the biggest blessing. The stress that I would have gulped down otherwise, without being connected with this community, would have weighed me down, and there wouldn't have been any room for escape. Now here, I can feel the layer of protection, the compass that is constantly guiding me, and that is not coming from a perceived knowledge, because Sir has defined two ways of knowledge, which I would definitely like to call out as a part of uniqueness of this beautiful community. Is there are two types of knowledges. One is perceived, where we hear others' experiences, we read through the scriptures, and then we interpret, and we make our own database. However, there is another type of knowledge which is experienced. Until you lose yourself, until you open up yourself to the offerings, you stop your mind from being noisy, you enter into the stillness, and then whatever you experience is what brings the clarity, the knowledge to you. So that's what we have had a few glimpses, but that is what has brought the fire. And whatever we could experience, it is something that we would like to bring to all. And that's something that is the driving force. That's the purpose. So
we call it first-hand experience and second-hand experience. So either we have a first-hand experience that things happen to us, and then we experience, and then we learn from it. But in this, so whoever has a first-hand experience, they share with everyone, and then sharing with everyone, the second-hand experience happens to others, and then they start opening up perceiving more, and then they start having the first-hand experience. So it's like first-hand and second-hand experience. And it's interestingly, to all the tools and techniques that sir provides us, we call it Master's Lab. So it's like, it's abundance. You just keep on, getting the tools and techniques and making your own lab, do your own experimentation. You will get to learn, you will get to experiment and create your own lab out of Master's Lab for this in this community. So
Wonderful. So this is beautiful, and I'd love to take everyone to your website as well,
sure,
so that you can see. So
definitely.
I'd love to share. So we're gonna take a look, and thank you so much for sharing all about your wonderful community that seems you both have really experienced a big transformation from being a part of it, and of course now sharing it with so many others. And of course, you can learn more about the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness on SoulSearch, of course, and on their website, where you can learn a little bit more about the intellectual satsang that they offer and self-inquiry, and really dive deeper into these scientific solutions synergized with universal spiritual law. And I know you guys are also having a one-day retreat coming up
Yes.
in Sunnyvale. So tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. Actually, we are very excited to tell. So basically, Circle of Consciousness and Happiness, they have multiple programs. Some of the programs are like Meta Awakening, CYK, and then this is one of the another signature program, which is called Bhupendra's Quantum Force. So it's like joining the quantum force. It's like, preparing the individuals, professionals, working individuals, like in any field, preparing them to be a preparing them to become a next version of human, so that they can handle all the chaos that is having outside. They can handle the stress, they can handle any issues with the decision making. It will help building the confidence, it will help building the emotional intelligence that they can apply in their work, in their fields, in any domain they are working, right? So it's not limited to just IT or medical or just the business. It's for everyone, for young professionals, for experienced people, for businessmen, entrepreneurs, students, everyone. And then the tools and techniques that will be given in this, and the teachings given in this, will really lead you from surviving to a thriving. So where you will be awakening the leader within, and then you can really grow in your and become a future ready human. So Kirti, you want to add for this?
For sure. And because we all have been, so Tanjila, can I share the special offer for our community that I'm flashing on the screen right now? Since we all have already been practicing to be who we truly are, although, there are certain instances when the mind drags us, but whenever we hone ourselves, whenever we anchor ourselves, we can realize that the power of oneness, the power of surrender. And so for this community to generate the ripple effect and to connect with the like-minded people, this is the special offer that we would like to bring to all of us. And if you are in the Bay Area, definitely you should be a part of this. We would love to welcome you, and would love to connect with you. And just would like to say one more thing, that if whenever we have chosen to be a giver, we need to be connected with the higher power, the ascended master that is coming to the Bay Area. We have experienced his magnetic field and his his presence all over. That is something truly experiential, and be coming into the magnetic field of Sir Bhupendra Chaudhary is a phenomenal experience, and I would definitely recommend everyone in the Bay Area to come over and just experience it once. And whoever can fly down, that effort is going to be rewarded like anything.
Yeah, it's like Sir is having such a high vibrational persona. Just being there in his presence, you will feel the bliss. So, and it's a blessing for us that he's coming in Bay Area in person on June 1st, in Sunny Vale, and we will get a whole day with him to spend with him. So we are not going to miss this opportunity, and we don't want anyone deserving to miss this opportunity. So we'll be sharing the link. Tangela, I think you have the link for the Eventbrite. You can share the link. We have a special code. And we would love to see you all there and meet personally with
Yes.
everyone.
Wonderful. So thank you. I'm going to just pop the link in the chat for, let me see here. I think I had put it in earlier, but I'll put it in again so that for those of you who are interested in attending, this is going to be a wonderful one-day retreat experience with the Circle of Consciousness and Happiness and their teacher, Sir Bhupendra Chaudhary, who is really bringing forth a lot of amazing practice and merging of science and spirituality. And so I just was curious to ask both of you. So what you both have said, you've had a lot of transformation from doing this work. Could you give me an example of like what is the practice? Like what is one of the main practices that you have learned and that you exercise that has actually brought forth these profound changes for you all?
Absolutely. Maybe
I give a very small example, and then I let Kirti say more. One example is from reacting to responding. So earlier I was, let's say I lost my job, and when I lost my job, I was rejecting myself, and all because of that, I was like everything around me. I was just reacting to all the situations. I was reacting to my husband, I was reacting to my kids, I was reacting to my in-laws. Plus, in my interviews also, even though I was having 12 plus years of experience, in even the interviews, I was just reacting, I guess. So I was not able to clear the interviews, and I was messing up everything around. But then when I learned from Sir's teachings that, you should not be reacting, responding is the way. So pause and respond. Oh God, it brought so much clarity in my mind. In that moment of pausing between my breaths, he taught us you can pause between your breaths. So get to the present moment. Don't jump in the future, don't jump in the past. So I got into the present moment where I could apply my consciousness and awareness to my interviews, and boom, i I could see how I improved the interviews myself. Like my husband asked me, when he was asking me how did the interview go, I said, oh, it couldn't be better, it couldn't be better than this. And I really cracked a lot of interviews, and everything just turned around 360-degree. And not only in the interviews, even in responding to common day-to-day activities, I could see, not by reacting, by responding, I was not burning the bridges. And it was so peaceful, so quiet, and I could see the picture of bring the love, awareness, and compassion in my life. And I could see how everyone is mirroring me, and it helped me learn. I improved myself instead of improving others, instead of improving situations. When I did everything on myself, everything, the world around me changed. So that's a very brief experience, I would say. I have countless of such experiences, but I would let Kirti also share her excitement and experiences.
So Tanjila, to answer your question, what technique we follow is the self-inquiry. So self-inquiry is based on Sri Raman Maharshi, but Sir has operationalized the self-inquiry technique. So instead of someone actually reading through the scriptures and understanding and interpreting the things, he has given an operationalized framework which you can utilize as is, sitting in any space, any environment at any moment of time. Whenever we want to take big decisions in our life, how to bring your consciousness back to this present moment, how to use the inner compass, the barometer that keeps guiding you. So that all those techniques using the self-inquiry means continuous skepticism. If you're doubting something, doubt it with the right question and move towards the answer, and finally move towards the question of who am I, who is experiencing all these things. So when the mind quiets, when we enter into the stillness, that is where the magic happens to begin. So that is what we are practicing here. Yeah.
Wonderful,
Just a
beautiful.
glimpse, Tanjila.
Just a glimpse. So thank you for sharing that. And for those of you who are interested in diving deeper into these practices, you can attend on June 1st. They're having a one-day retreat with philosopher, scientist Bhupendra Chaudhary, and they have a wonderful coupon that they've given us. I've dropped it in the chat. If you'd like to attend, it's for $111 for the day. So I'm sure some of you all will be interested to attend. And of course, I agree with you. I think pause is one of the most powerful practices that we can do. I've had many teachers recommend it to me, and only now am I starting to implement it. But so it's powerful, and yes, it's life-changing. And thank you so much to you both, Meenakshi and Kirti, for joining us, for joining the SoulSearch family, and for sharing the teachings. And we're looking forward to seeing more of you and seeing you all soon in person too.
And
So thank you.
Tangila, for those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, they can just go to SoulSearch, right?
Yes, they can.
SoulSearch.io and look Meenakshi and Kirti up, and the code is light111. So there it is. So when you go into SoulSearch, you can't see our chat box, but I've just revealed the secret. There it is.
Oh, perfect. Exactly. So you can, if you just go to soulsearch.io, type in Circle of Consciousness and Happiness, you'll see it right there. And then under their events, they do have the Quantum Force event coming up, and you can just click on that. And then if you can put in the coupon code as well. So definitely put that in. And I think we'll add the coupon code to this page as well. So it'll be easy for people to access. But thanks, Omashar, for pointing that. That's
Yes.
great. And Kirti and Meenakshi, thank you so much for joining us today. It's wonderful having you here, and we look forward to seeing more of you. Thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
inviting us.
Namaskar.
Yeah.
Bye. So wonderful. That was fascinating. And I'm excited to introduce our next guest, who is one of our amazing Sedona healers here, Joya Como. And I'm excited to introduce her. She is a woman of many talents. In 1993, she founded the Family of Light, which is a spiritual sanctuary for those seeking deeper connection, healing, and awakening. She empowers individuals through self-healing practices, divine feminine wisdom, galactic resonance, and sacred surrender to source. No matter your path or name for the divine, we honor it. And Joya has her Sedona Wellness Weekend retreats, which we'll be learning about, as well as her Galactic Seance. And she also has a powerful healing journey and story for herself, healing herself, that we'll hear. And she has a new SoulSearch TV show coming out as well, which is in progress. So we have a lot to chat about. Thank you, Joya, for joining us tonight. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I just want to share that I've been in this process, let's say, for over 30 years. And it's what I got from that last talk was the feeling, the heart, the love that they have for their teacher or their guru, if you want to call it that. And that feeling is a heart feeling, right? And it's all about feeling, because there's so many tools, and I have the tools, and I'm thankful to have the tools, and I use the tools every day. But that love, love, love feeling that I just remembered, right? We're all in the place of remembering. What are we trying to remember? That love feeling. I mean, my guru has passed, but we were just so enamored. I mean, we couldn't wait to see him. It was just like so exhilarating. And I'm not talking about a romantic love. I'm just talking about that love. I'm sure you guys have experienced that. Anyway, thank you so much for that, because it was so nice to feel that again.
Oh, and Arjo, I also forgot to mention that you are a wonderful galactic Mayan astrologer. I want to throw that in because I love that talent of yours, and just amazing, amazing as well. So thank you.
Well, thank you. So where do I begin? If I begin at the beginning of my spiritual experience, it was really, I was in the corporate world, and I was the chief financial officer of a New York Stock Exchange company. So I was deep into my masculine self, and that was not my divine masculine self. That was my masculine self. And I got awakened because finance was my thing, and it was about money. Spirit wakes you up with what you need to know, or what attracts you. So my sister called me one day, and she called me back, and that's not like her. So, because nobody got to talk to me at work. I mean, I was always busy, don't talk to me. So I said, oh God, I have to call her back. What's happening? Well, she had a psychic friend who said I had a big hammer coming down on my head. He saw a big hammer coming down on my head, and he wanted to tell me what was happening. And I was like, okay, well, I'm free tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., the whole thing. I was just so busy. And he, sure enough, had to leave his house like at 6 a.m. and come to my house and at 7 to say, okay, now I see what's happening. And, the specifics were just about some stock things that I had. And anyway, what he told me was, I'm going to know in a couple of days, I'll know what's happening and I'll tell you what to do. And literally in about 3 days, he called me and said, okay, the stock's going to be going up. Go ahead and sell and make sure you do all these things. And I was like, what in the heck? The stock went up. I sold. I made a ton of money. So I was like, okay, now you got my attention. So then I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. I worked with a lot of scientists. I was in the pharmaceutical industry. I was, of course, doing the financing, but every time I would be around these scientists and everything they would be talking about, and I tried so hard and I wanted so hard to understand, and I could not understand what they were saying. They're talking about DNA, they're talking about all these things, the sequencing, this is that, and I just couldn't grasp it. But when I started on my spiritual path, really started working with energy, I felt it. I felt it and I understood it. And yeah, everybody now is getting into the whole spirituality and science, which is great. But for me, I was just so exhilarated by being able to really experience something inside of myself. I left the corporate world and I literally went on a journey around the world. I traveled the world for 10 years, working with all these spiritual masters in all these locations of the world. And that was the awakening. And I did write a book called Ave Maria, Angels Sing a Journey to Remembrance. And the reason I did that was because I found my divine feminine self. I experienced the goddess, the gentleness, the softness inside of myself that I didn't have or hadn't had experienced that before. And so anyway, not everybody can go everywhere around the world like I did. I mean, I was just so grateful for all the experiences that I've had in my life. It's just been incredible. But here in Sedona is a place that, for me, a lot of people have a relationship with Mount Shasta. They have a relationship with other places. I have a great relationship with Egypt and Mexico and India and all these places that I've spent a lot of time with. But in the United States, for me, it's Sedona. Sedona has an energy here that I could just sit in my house and look out of my window at Thunder Mountain and just be so happy to be here. It's just amazing. Anyway, that's me. So what tools have I learned and what do I need in my life? We all need love. But I've had key players in my life, key teachers that have helped me. And I do share the teachings that I learned from them because it's gotten me into a place where most people, I would say, want to be, in that place of inner peace, in that place of very centeredness, being able to be in the now, just what everybody else is talking about, and be able to live in that place of self-love, self-healing, non-judgment, all those things that give you inner peace. And I have to say that throughout my process, I have focused on world peace. I've wanted world peace. I've dedicated my life to world peace, and then have felt very frustrated when you look around and it's like, there's no world peace. What I have come to the conclusion of is it's all about inner peace, because when we have inner peace, we can reflect outer peace, and whatever else is happening in the world, I can give that up to spirit, and I can say, this is happening for a reason beyond my understanding. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to stay in this place of oneness, this place of love and non-judgment. That's all I can do, because it's my job to keep myself happy. And there's many ways to do that. When I first started, I had the very fortune that my sister was in a relationship. My sister's passed now. So my ex-brother-in-law is Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 agreements. Now, I will say that those 4 agreements, 1, be impeccable with your word. 2, and they might be out of order, but it doesn't matter. Don't make any assumptions. The last one is always do your best. And what is that next one? I just went through them in my mind. Don't make any assumptions. Don't take anything personally. That's it. That's the big one, right? Don't take anything personally. Okay, if you just read the book and you just say, oh, those sounds good. But if you live them, if that becomes for you, I would say emotional cleansing, because everybody that I experienced on my journey wants a magic pill. They want a magic pill. I haven't found that magic pill. I find that there's a lot of things to do in order to get to where you want to be, but you have to go through, as they say, peel those onions, right? Peel the onion, peel the onion. So let's say down the chakras, right? You're working with your lower chakras. If you can really take each one of those 4 agreements and live by it, you will go through an emotional cleansing process. And this is a shamanic process where, a lot of the tools also are you are going through, which I know a lot of people talk about in different ways, an inventory of all of the emotions, all of the energy that you've given out, all of the attachments that you've had to people. And there's both shamanic and Eastern philosophies that you can go through to do that. But if you go through this emotional cleansing process, and it takes sometimes everything you have, I mean, I literally made it my full-time job for years. It just cleanses you. It cleanses you, and it cleanses your whole body, your mind. It frees you up. It is freedom. But anyway, what I've noticed, because after that, I had a 5-year apprenticeship with Don Miguel, and we went to Teotihuacan. We did a lot of work on those lower chakras, a lot of work. And then I got introduced to, let's say, my guru, Swami Kaleshwar, who has passed, but he was very young. It was like being with Christ. It was literally like being with Christ. There was like 12 of us going all through India and just experiencing this amazing love and miracles, you know, things you could not explain with your mind, turning the water into wine, doing all these things. So anyway, my point in that, and I'm still seeing it, is meditation is fantastic to clear your mind. I've, you know, sat in 8-hour meditations in India. And what I noticed for myself and for others around me, and I'm still noticing, is when you go into these great meditations and you feel the bliss and you feel the oneness and you feel all these things, and then you come out of the meditation, people start complaining about stuff. They do other, you know, it's like that 3D comes back. And I really feel that emotional cleansing of those lower chakras and then experiencing the highest chakras into the 13 dimensions allowed me to really clean that whole thing and experience that everybody wants, and that's they're seeking, which is that inner peace and that being in the now and being so grateful and being just so loving about yourself. Self-love, self-healing, that to me is the most important thing. Inner peace, to get inner peace. Okay, so after that, most recently, let's say 5 years ago, well, when I was with Swami, he really told me I did not have any right to kill another soul. So that related to being vegetarian and not eating eggs and all these other things. But at the time, I was only doing it because he told me that I would do it or should do it, right? But as I went into these higher and higher vibrations, like when I was in Peru, and I literally had like one of those exorcist things where you feel like your head is spinning around and you're spewing out this green stuff and whatever, I mean, cleansing every part of your body. I was in such a high vibration, there was no way I could eat meat. I mean, I just couldn't do it. It wasn't even something that I could even consider doing. So through these years, I have progressed on that role of, I wasn't doing it really for the animals, but now I am. I wasn't really doing it for my health, but now I am. So what happened with all of this? Again, peeling those onions. So 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was like, cancer? How can I have cancer? I've been vegetarian for like 30 years, vegan for 10. But what I know about spirit is when you really are surrendered to spirit, you're always going to be tested. There's really no reason to be here on this planet if you're not being tested. Why did we come here? We came here for an experience, experiential learning, as some people have talked about. And that's my whole thing, experiential learning. So whenever I get a challenge in my life, I go, oh, thank you for that gift. Let me find that gift. What's the gift? So I knew I had to do something really drastic. And when I, was diagnosed, of course, the doctors are like, well, you have to do chemo, you have to do radiation, you have to do a sandwich, you've got metastasis, all these things they tell you, right? And because of my 25 years of spiritual experience, I was able to go inside and say, okay, what is it that you want me to do? What is this gift? What is it? I knew in my heart that I wasn't afraid to die. I mean, all the things that I have done in my spiritual practice has shown me I'm not afraid of death. In fact, I have died and I didn't want to come back, and I did come back. So, okay. So I was strong enough in my belief system and my spiritual experience to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find another way. And I just really started looking at alternatives. What could I do? I wasn't living in Sedona at that time. And the first thing I did is I'm going to Sedona. That's it. I came here. I started doing all kinds of things. I now have a biocharger, which is a huge like a Rife technology. I have a Beamer. I have all these things that I, experienced when I came here to Sedona, and now I have my own. And the land, of course, being in the land, but also the people. The people here, I'm on the same wavelength as the people here, or my tribe, let's say, the World Peace Tribe. Because when I first came to Sedona, I was literally in what is now Whole Foods, and I had somebody say, "Oh, I wonder if there's cinnamon around here." And she was asking the guy that worked there, and one of the ladies that was in the aisle said, "Oh yeah, I feel it. It's here." And I was like, "Oh, I'm in the right place. This is great." Because you don't have to be anything but yourself here in Sedona. So that's why I invite people to come to Sedona, because it's just a different place. It's a place, if you haven't experienced it, it's a great place to be and a great place to experience. Okay, so 5 years later, I'm cancer-free. I did not do any of those things or take any of those things that my doctor recommended. I love my doctor. She's great and she's very supportive. She just says, keep doing what you're doing. She doesn't ask me what I've done or what I'm doing. But anyway, the point being, when people ask me, what did I do? I can say 70% of it was the food, because I went totally drastic and gave my body only the nutrients that it needed, vegetables and fruits. And I did a lot of supplements, and I still do. But I would say it wasn't easy, even for me. Believe me, it was not easy to do it, but I did it for like 5 months. The tumor went away, and now I'm still eating healthy, and I'm still very strict with what I do. But there's more involved than just the food. It's the emotional cleansing. It's the constant being in that place of gratitude, the constant inventory of, emotional cleaning, making sure you're keeping yourself clean, the exercise, the sunshine, all of these things, it's just self-healing, being emotionally willing to take responsibility for your own life, your own emotions, your own everything, not expecting it to come from anybody else, not judging anybody else for not giving it to you, not resenting anybody else for not doing anything. That's all I can say is what's going on. So what I offer here in Sedona, I have a great place here. Once in the beginning of the month, like the first weekend of the month, I offer Sedona Wellness Weekends, where I want to make it really, really easy for people to come and spend 1 day, spend 2 days. You can do 1 day, 2 days, spend the whole weekend, whatever you want to do. It's okay with me, because I'm not looking to be the end all be all for everybody. I'm not looking to be your guru. I'm willing to share what I have experienced, what worked for me, all these things. Like with the Swami, sound healing that he did was 5 elements mantras, which we have, all those 5 elements inside our bodies. So I literally, for 2 years, I had a spreadsheet. This is when you do this mantra. This is when you do this mantra. I mean, maybe you don't have to be as crazy as I was or am about all this. But the key is I introduce you to things, you take it or leave it, right? And then I offer ongoing, like a 3-month program after that, where it's a self-taught thing online, where you can go as deep as you want or not. But all these things, it's not about jamming all this information and then you're going to just do it or you're not going to do it. It takes time. It takes time. That's all I can say.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, hon.
Okay. I didn't know my time's up. It takes time. Is my time up?
Exactly. And I want to also bring up your website so we can show everyone a little bit about the Wellness Weekend. So, of course, thank you, Joya, for sharing so much about your own experience and healing journey. And of course, you can learn more about Joya and all her work at SoulSearch. And you go to her profile here, you'll see a lot of different videos about her galactic seances, Sedona Wellness Weekend retreats, and the Family of Light. And this is what you were talking about just now, right, Joya? The Sedona retreats, which you do every month for people.
Right. And if they go into the more info, then there's literally every single thing we're doing timed out so people know exactly, okay, if I want to do this, this is what we're going to do and all that. And in the very top on the menu, then it has the ongoing programs online, like, at the top where,
Okay, perfect. Let me go up
on the
there.
right, online programs.
So let me see online
Oh,
programs.
yeah.
So you have the Sedona Wellness Weekend retreats that people can come to Sedona and do with you, where there's different technologies that you are sharing. And then, of course, oh, here are the online events.
Right. That's the ongoing after the fact, so you can go deeper. Or if you can't come to Sedona, we can do things like this too. But now we get to the fun part. I really feel that everything is about self-expression. So if you go under Circles of Love at the very top, the very first one is called Galactic Seance. And so it's funny that I didn't even know you call this a metaphysical variety show, because I call this, very interactive spiritual variety show where people come and express themselves, raise your vibration. The moon is the spotlight. You raise your vibration by expressing yourself, and then we go do the biocharger, which brings your energy up even more. And then we do a galactic meditation where we're actually literally calling in the spaceships here, in Sedona, because again, as you go up with the onion, you're going to be reaching those galactic heights of vibrations that's going to connect you to your star sisters and brothers and whatever. I have my full moon little robe on just to get into it, because I think having fun and self-expression is a part of all of it. And really, not just listening to somebody else do something, but doing it yourself. So as far as singing, I've always sung, but I also really enjoy having other people sing. And when I sing, and I sing so loud that they can feel comfortable about just blasting it out themselves, even if they heard that they couldn't sing or blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my whole thing is about full self-expression. So I will stop and just invite everybody to visit me on SoulSearch and just come play.
Definitely. So come play. You can find Joya on SoulSearch, connect with her online through SoulSearch and through her website. If you would like to come to Sedona for a wellness weekend retreat, she does these every month with a lot of different technologies, including the biocharger and the beamer, which she uses for her own self-healing. So Joya, thank you so much for sharing your story, and looking forward to more. And I know you have a SoulSearch TV show in the works, so we're excited to have you back and be able to share more about the TV show as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
You, Joya. Thanks for being here tonight with us. See you soon. Wonderful. And so I am excited to introduce our next guest, Lenore Cullen, and she is actually a longtime fan of the Global Peace Tribe and has been watching the show for many, many years since the beginning. And she's also a very powerful healer herself. And Lenore created her signature attunement process to deepen her own spiritual experience and expand her potential. Combining her personal meditation with color, light, and music, Lenore pioneered a new modality at the ARE Medical Clinic in Phoenix with dramatic results. Her attunements continue transforming lives through video and audio versions and live events, empowering people to participate in their own process of healing and awakening. And she continues to share these attunements today. So welcome, Lenore. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Tangela. And I want you to know my last name is pronounced Cullen. Of course, you've never called me by my last name,
Yes, that's true. I know. I actually was wondering before I was introducing you, but I was excited to go. So Lenore Cullen, and actually Lenore is here. I've known her for a couple of years now, so I don't know why I would not have known how to say your last name, but welcome. Thank you. And thank you for being such a wonderful part of my life and Charlie's life as our wonderful landlady too. So, and neighbor. So thank you, Lenore, and thank you for joining us and sharing your gifts and your work and your wisdom with all of us in the world.
Thank you, Tangela. And actually, I have heard you so much more on the Awakening World because you're gone so much. And this is a treat to actually meet face to face online too.
Exactly, exactly. I know we never get to see each other because I'm never around, but I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy we're seeing each other in person, and I'm so happy you're getting the opportunity to share with me too, about the attunement work that you do, and then we'll all get a chance to experience it as well tonight, which I'm excited about. So thank you.
Right. And I'm so thrilled that you will be able to have some experience because that's the whole point of what I developed. But I'll give a little bit of background where I actually first was initiated, you might say, into a spiritual realm with the transcendental meditation back in 1971. So it's been a long time. My cousins happened to be teachers, some of the first teachers. And that's how, when I was on between teaching in Africa during the summer vacation, I was able in the States, in Virginia, to be initiated into TM, along with my daughter, who was less than 2 years old. And that was a start, and I definitely could get into a great state with that. But then back in Africa, I came down with dengue fever, where I wasn't able to meditate or think or anything for quite a while, and it was very debilitating. So and eventually I realized too that I had gone into such a high state with the meditating. I felt like I was floating through my day when I was going to teach 160 students per day in Africa, French-speaking African teenagers. And I was also a new mother, so already in shock from a cesarean section, so surgery and new place, new mother. And the meditation was carrying me through, but on some level, I realized that maybe it was too soon for me to meditate. I needed more life experience, a different kind of experience. And that came as I moved back to the States, and my husband decided to travel and left me with a 2-year-old. So then I was a single mother. And what became even more valuable to me was the Course in Miracles, and learning how important forgiveness was for ourselves as well as for others. And so that became a focus. I was really steeped in it along with some other practices. And Edgar Cayce was very important just in the understanding of how we, as spiritual beings, choose life experiences to grow and evolve. So that helped me accept situations in my life, and also I was struggling with some of the repercussions of physical problems, and even migraine headaches were recurring, despite working with other practices. And I began working with social services in New York, and I was able to apply the Course in Miracles principles, basically seeing the light or in me and in the other person. And in fact, that's what I often recommend to people, if you can remember this one word, namaste, the light in me honors or sees the light in you, then, for example, I was kind of the go-to person when there was a difficult client who would come in where I was working actually with Medicaid at the time. And, but I saw when I was working there that what I really wanted to do was to help people develop health instead of waiting until they were sick or in dire need and helping them at that stage. So I, having that intention, and I actually wrote it down while I was working with social services because a very wise head of the department sent a notice around to all of the workers to write down what our ideal job or what we would ideally like to do in life. And that's what I wrote down. I would like to help people develop health and happiness and a good life, something along those lines. And so I went on a trip to China, and then I saw how the mind-body connection and the energy, especially working with acupuncture, and how the doctors there learned about their traditional medicine, and also they were required to study Western medicine a certain number of hours per week so they could know what the best referrals might be and the best way to help patients. So I remember being impressed by that, and also when I returned to the US, I moved to Colorado, and I was drawn to the Colorado Institute of Transpersonal Psychology. And that's where I was able to start developing programs, holistic programs, that would help people be their own, learn to cover the basics, as well as incorporating the spiritual principles and the Course in Miracles. I was also teaching that there. And despite learning many different kinds of meditation and approaches to healing, I was still having some problems in living in Boulder. And when I went to Phoenix because I thought maybe the migraine headaches had something to do with vibrations, or and later I found out that could have been part of it, and the cold possibly. So I ended up moving to Phoenix, and it was there when I moved to Phoenix, I decided I was just going to really be still and see what my own guidance, my own, what would be the best path for me to be of service. And that's when, well, at first, my mind was just bouncing around without a mantra or a particular practice. And so I decided to use the best, what was most helpful from those practices and the Course in Miracles to help me become calm before I did my silent meditation. And so that worked quite well. And in fact, I would recommend to others, if you wanted to write down, say, well, the things that have been most helpful to you, and like affirmations, and use that as a focus, because I was trying to remember these affirmations, and I incorporated the colors along with the chakras, and for my intentions to help remember them. And then I thought, well, I can just make a tape for myself, which I did. And then I listened to that happily every day before my meditation. And then I also began some writing once I was in that higher state. And I was able to give myself some guidance that took me to ultimately to the ARE medical clinic, where then I was able to apply my own process as a new modality. They were looking for someone to develop a new modality using color, music, and I actually added my own guided imagery, which were the affirmations I had written down, and a version of that. So as Tangela had just read to you, there were some dramatic results at the clinic when I actually started to bring in a paying client. It was just a businessman who wanted to try out a modality. And so I took him through my process. He sat up and said, "Does this happen to everyone?" And I said, "Well, so far, yes." I had written a brochure initially as a volunteer in the Department of Energy Medicine in this clinic, a brochure about what color and music can do. And come to think of it, it really wasn't taking into account the guided imagery part, which was really a very important part, because that way I was giving the client the opportunity to participate, not just lie under a green light for an hour, which some traditional color therapists were doing that at the time. And I felt that when the lights, I had a whole setting that was already there for me with all the colors of the spectrum. Oh, and also the person who had hired me, Harvey Grady, some of you may know because he moved to Sedona later, and he was able to read several layers of the aura. So, and he was very knowledgeable about the spiritual principles and visions, and as well as the science. So he had asked me when I was first volunteering and developing this new modality, he asked, "Well, what would you do with the light?" So I wrote down basically just a summary of some of the qualities I wanted to establish and cultivate in myself associated with the different colors. And so he looked at this piece of paper. It was on a legal pad, just handwritten. And he said, "Well, yeah, that looks good. I just have one suggestion. And that is to finish with the golden light." And so I turned the paper over. On the other side, I had written to use the golden light at the end, which would just be mainly with the words and intention, because we actually didn't have a gold light, but it was a version of the yellow. And so it was pretty magical how I was led from one thing to another, just following what my interests were and what my needs were. And sometimes when we have problems and challenges, that's what leads us to those experiences that help us to stretch and learn more, and then also be motivated to help people in similar situations.
Beautiful.
So,
are we going to share the attunement with everyone now, or?
Yes, we are, and I'll just have a couple more words about how that came to be. So when I had these results, and well, I guess I won't go into those right now, but that were so dramatic that I decided to take the program. I put together my own lights. I took it into private homes and then other settings like a Unity church, singles group. We had a big group there. So many people were transformed. And then, but one woman who was in a private home had such transformations with the color red, first of all, that energized and rejuvenated her whole marriage. She said it was like a honeymoon. And then in the color yellow, she had a breakthrough with organization and being able to collaborate with her husband to found a wonderful school for gifted and specially abled children. And they were both so grateful because they were approved as a charter school in Arizona. They were so grateful and credited the breakthroughs she had, even though he didn't even attend these color light attunement sessions. He appreciated it enough that they asked me to create a video so they could keep having breakthroughs at home and help to support me during the process of doing that.
Wonderful.
And one more thing about the video is that it premiered in India in 1987, January 87, it was at a conference on the evolution of healing that was organized by Oroville, the spiritual community. So, and I was invited to participate in their laboratory of evolution, which I couldn't do at the time, but as I just received so much confirmation and encouragement at every step. Otherwise, I would never have believed I could have done that. And that was so long ago, but now lately I've been feeling that there's still so many people who could benefit from it. And some people have had their lives completely turned around just watching the video once. What we're going to see now is I call it the finale, which is the golden attunement part. And it actually follows a process of beginning with the white, with the light in the heart, clearing from the inside out, and then an ascent through the colors of the spectrum. And at each point, at each color, there are choices that can be made. Every time you go through, you can keep evolving because you're another person by then. So it has helped thousands of people, and I have decided to, this is one reason that I'm here, because I want to let people know about these resources. And I'll tell a little more later about the remote healing that came later. So
perfect. So I'm going to just go ahead and share my
okay, so just enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Lenore. And then share computer sound. Almost sure. Do I put it in mono or stereo?
Either is good. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to just start, and I hope that everyone can hear the music.
You come down through the crown of the head and mingle.
Sorry, yeah, there we go.
And now we allow a fine shower of gold to come down through the crown of the head and mingle with all the colors around the body. We feel this golden shower of liquid light blending with the violet at the top of the head, swirling with indigo blue throughout the head and in the third eye area. And now the golden light is flowing down into the throat, turning like a galaxy amid sapphire blue. Now this golden light flows through the neck and shoulders, bringing warmth and comfort as it moves into the beautiful heart center, joining with the white source light and radiating through the rose color and a beautiful emerald green around the heart. And now we feel the golden light flowing down the arms and moving also to illumine the solar plexus area, raising the vibration of yellow as it shimmers with the iridescent sheen of wisdom and joy. We now feel the golden light moving down into the abdominal area and pelvic region, refining the healing effects of orange there, and helping to bring harmonious balance between the male and female aspects. And now this golden light moves down to the base of the spine, blending with a beautiful ruby red, and flowing down now through and around the legs, bringing with it and blending all of those beautiful colors, sparkles of all the colors now flowing through the body, down through the legs and out the soles of the feet, out the palms of the hands, as we feel these energies flowing, washing through us from the spiritual plane, and we offer them now to the earth. We offer our energies in gratitude for being sustained in life here. And the earth joyfully receives this golden light with the distilled colors of all our experiences and thoughts and feelings, which we offer now and share. We picture this golden light and the colors flowing now to the center of the earth, and we see there is an amber glow already shining there, growing brighter from all those who have offered the earth thoughts and prayers of peace and light. And this light in the center of the earth is now growing and shining to the surface. We feel it rising up our legs and body to our heart center, and we imagine this light offered now to the heart of every being upon the planet. Using this power of visualization, we see that light within each one growing brighter, reaching out, sharing the light, until we picture now the surface of the planet glowing with this beautiful golden light and all the colors blending harmoniously together. And the earth becomes brighter and brighter until it shines like a sun out into the universe.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lenore, for sharing that attunement. So that's powerful. And I just want to let everyone know how they could connect with you on SoulSearch. Just taking everyone to your SoulSearch profile here. If you look for Lenore Kulin, you can find her. Creative attunement for inner harmony and world peace. Let peace begin within. And also Lenore's website, attunement.life. You can see her upcoming events and experiences here in Sedona at Sedonia Creative Attunements for Inner Harmony and World Peace. And of course, our upcoming Scottsdale SoulSearch Enlightenment Expo on Sunday, June 15th. She will be giving a talk, a presentation, Attunement for Personal and Planetary Transformation. So for those of you who are in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, don't miss that. And of course, you can go to her life website, attunement.life. Shift your energy in minutes, experience a complete tune-up for heart, mind, and spirit while creating powerful new visions for yourself and the earth. So thank you, Lenore, for joining us today.
And is that attunement on your website, Lenore?
What's that?
Is that attunement you just shared with us on your website?
Oh, actually it is now. Yeah, it's at that attunement.life. So if you go there, you can watch it anytime as long as it's up. So it is there now. And also, I also do remote healing because I realized that even though people seem to be doing everything right and they're still having problems they couldn't understand, that it was helpful to have not only this comprehensive process really going through all the colors and systems, but also to have a focus of where whatever they needed most, what it would be most helpful energetically, going through the quantum field. So I work remotely, and I'm able to pinpoint areas and systems that often have some inherited or past life or traumatic cause that are generally unconscious to us. So how would we know how to approach those otherwise? So I feel very grateful to have these two main ways that I work, along with sometimes sharing my stories, which I have a lot from Costa Rica. And also, if you would send an email to me, which is Lenore@attunement.life, and please mention you're a peace triber, yeah, or from Awakening World, and then I'll send you my latest little update from Costa Rica. I went back and had some amazing experiences, and I just have to tell you this because just yesterday I heard from a friend in Costa Rica, because after my trip, she and I was back here. I think I told you, Tangela, somebody had contacted me because her helper's husband, these are the local Costa Ricans, was going to have his foot amputated because of a terrible infection that he had, and it was scheduled. So she asked, can you do anything? So I just did what I could do. And there were only two things that came up. They were both one was an inherited pattern on his mother's side, and the other was on the father's side. And that's all I did. And then I just got the text yesterday that that the man that I had treated with remotely wanted to thank me because the doctors were just amazed when he went in for the amputation. It was already getting much better, and they couldn't understand how on its own it could have made so much progress. And so he really wanted to thank me for saving his foot. So I have had all of the feedback I've had, it's been completely different, and that's a new one for me. But
That's
so
wonderful.
when we know what's possible, and I've had so many stories, that's part of it too. It helps to build the belief of what's possible, and ultimately we can heal ourselves. But it's thankfully we have so many different pathways to do that.
Exactly. And Dr. Laura is saying, thank you, Lenore. That attunement is absolutely beautiful. And I loved your entire sacred journey. And Grace Denise saying, this is beautiful. Reminds me of a Reiki experience I had where I saw colors. So thank you so much for sharing your beautiful process with us. And we're looking forward to sharing more. And now all of you can also tune in and rewatch the attunement on your website. It's available there. And of course, for those who want a live and in-person experience with Lenore, you can come see her at Sedonia here in Sedona, or you can come to Scottsdale where she'll be at the Scottsdale Expo and she'll be doing a powerful there.
And both places you'll experience the full attunement, the full spectrum, as the goal part is at the end. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Lenore. Thank you for being here as our guest tonight and for also being such a wonderful global peace triber and fan of the Awakening World Show.
Oh, well, thank you. And Scott, and I wish Scott the best. I will definitely do a session and see if there's something that key that might really help him in his journey right now.
And right now, whilst we're still together, we got some, we're about 40 minutes over. So we got some Global Peace Tribe announcements to come up. But can you put them all on screen, Tangela? Because we're going to do a maximum grace moment for Scott. And if that is okay.
Sure. What would you like me to pull up a picture of him?
No. The all of us on screen.
Oh, for all of us. Okay, let me do that. Hold on. Let's do a maximum grace. All of us sending love and healing energy to Scott.
And thank you, Lenore. You rock. So, Scott, brother, I know you're either asleep or I know you're still with us online, but we love you so much. You are the heart of our community, and it is because of you that we have all connected. And so there's no real words for the love that we feel for you, but we are now in your heart, emanating that light out from your heart through the cells of your body. Maximum grace, dear brother, and take the rest that you need, because you're such a goer that sometimes you need to be swiped to just lie down for a couple of days. So we love you, brother. Maximum grace, maximum grace. Thank you, everybody. I hope, Scott, you felt that. And if you didn't see it, you're going to see it in the replay. And and so just what we have now is just a brief announcement as to what's coming up on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Before we invite the Mystiques, beautiful Star Child and Fanny, to lull us into an even higher state of vibration, I'm going to bring this. This is the amazing show we have on Wednesday, and it is celebrating our LGBTQ friends. There's only one of us here on the planet, and we all come in different shapes and forms. And this is a show that will definitely bring us closer to accepting all that exists in this world. So join us on May the 7th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we look forward to seeing you there. So I think that is that, right?
I think Trisha has her hand up. So Trisha, did you want to say something?
Hi, just real quick, I want to make sure people remember how to catch the after chat or the chat box if they want to catch all those websites that went in there.
That's good. So how do you do that, Tricia?
Well, there's 3 horizontal dots at the top, but some people have it at the bottom. I copy and paste it all along, and I was going to send it to Scott maybe.
Yeah, Scott gets it automatically in the recording.
Yeah, but this is okay. So anyway, the top 3 horizontal dots, you can click on that and it'll say save, and then it puts it in your computer, so it's a little harder to find. Thank you, everyone. Beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia.
So much, Tricia. Thanks for sharing that. And so exactly, if you'd like to share the chat, if you couldn't catch all of the amazing links for all the wonderful people that you've seen tonight, click on the 3 dots. And if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook and couldn't catch everyone, you can still go into SoulSearch, type in their names or their companies, and they're going to come up and you'll be able to get all of the details right there. And of course, just to share with everyone, we do have 3 of our SoulSearch Expos coming up, so definitely come and join us. We will be in Santa Cruz, May 17th and 18th. Dr. Catherine Athens, who you saw here tonight, she'll be giving a powerful talk there. We have SoulSearch Scottsdale, June 14th and 15th, and Lenore will be there. Jenna Lee will be there. It'll be wonderful. We have a lot of our favorite guests from the show. And of course, we'll be in Las Vegas, June 21st and 22nd. For those of you who are in the Las Vegas area, it'll be our first one there. We've had a lot of you guys writing in requesting Las Vegas. And so that's why we're headed there in June. And then, of course, we'll have a lot more coming up again. So stay tuned for all of those dates. And also remember to tune into SoulSearch TV, where we have all of our amazing practitioners. Creating incredible shows. You'll see Joya. She's also creating a show as well, who you got to meet tonight. And we have some exciting new TV shows that are going to be coming up soon with live readings. So I know everyone here, we didn't really do live readings on this episode of The Awakening World, but it's one of our favorite things to do. So for those of you who like to do live readings, we have many new SoulSearch TV live reading shows coming up soon. So stay tuned for those announcements. You guys will be able to tune in, catch the live readings for free if you would like to just watch them gallery style. And if you have burning questions coming up for you, you can do mini readings with our amazing practitioners. So stay tuned for all of that. We're going to be announcing that soon at our next SoulSearch show on the Global Peace Tribe, which is May 31st weekend. And of course, thank you all. Thank you, Omashar. Thank you to all of our incredible guests today. Jenna Lee, Joya Como, Lenore Kulin, Dr. Catherine Athens, Meenakshi and Kirti. For everyone, thank you all for joining us this weekend as our incredible guests. And I see Kathy asking, are you going to be at the New Living Expo? Great question. We will be at the New Living Expo next weekend. So for those of you who are in the Bay Area, we will have a SoulSearch booth there at New Living Expo. Charlie and I will be giving a talk, Manifesting Your Divine Fulfillment. So come in and see us in person at the expo. Come to our workshop there. It'll be amazing experience just to see everyone. We love getting together with our Bay Area community and of course being able to connect with all of you there. So come to the New Living Expo. I didn't have a chance to pull that website up, so I'll just pull it. I don't know if I can pull it up very quickly here, but you come see us there, and a lot of our other Bay Area SoulSearch practitioners will be there as well. So it's a great event that we love doing every year. So come join us, come to our booth. There's incredible speakers all weekend long, including a lot of our soul searchers are all going to be there. So definitely come and join us to check that out as well. And we'll also have other upcoming events we'll be announcing soon, including a retreat in Mount Shasta that we'll be doing during the 8/8 Lionsgate Gateway. So thank you all for joining.
And
Lots
so,
of
Tangela, you are a powerhouse. And thank you on behalf of Scott for taking the helm and being the hostess that you are. And let's just bring Star Child and Vigari on the screen. And you beautiful beamings, what have you to say about tonight's show?
Wonderful, wonderful. as
Thank you.
always.
Thank you, thank you. I say namaste, namaste, and thank you for the golden colors and the colors that brings us to higher realms of light and joy and wellness. So namaste, namaste together with
So
you.
we'll turn it over to you, and we'll come back afterwards to say ta-ta. How
Thank
about
you
that?
so much. So if you want to stand up from your computer and you want to move with us, we welcome you to move and groove with this.
And of course, much love to Scott.
Yes, Scott. Move your body, your heart, your soul. Move, 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 plentiful, plenty bright. It will light up the sky tonight. Slightly bigger, slightly brighter. Bringing love, bringing light tonight, tonight. Just look up in the rises in the east, climbs highest around the night. Oh my, oh my, oh my, sky watchers, enjoy the spectacular in full colors. Starship in the sky, starship in your eyes, starship in the sky. High away, high away, high away, high away, high away, high away. It rises in the sky, a starship in the night. Gives me chills as it rises up so high, high, high. Super ship closer to the earth. Oh my galactic family, guiding me through darkness into light. Yes, my galactic family, up so high. Be aware, be alive. Be alive, be alive. Rises in the sky, starship in the stars, gives me chills in my heart, as my heart rises. Thank you, Cynthia. Highway, highway, highway,
in the sky.
highway,
Highway in the sky.
highway,
Highway in the sky. Highway in the sky. Highway in the sky. Highway in the sky.
My galactic family, guiding us through darkness into light, light, golden light, golden light. Highway, enjoy the spectacular sky is here within our slightly brighter every day. As you and me, we get to play, as we feel this love rising higher. Namaste.
That was absolutely, still is reverberating throughout the universe. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hear you have to vacate your studio. Is that correct?
Yes, baby, we are vacating one more time. It's been a long journey in the last few years. Still looking for our home, sweet home. So we are going on a tour of the islands to play our mystic music. So in finding our tribe, finding our lovers, finding our brothers and our sisters and children and the elders, and we can all play and vibe high together. That's why we are here. So yes, we are vacating, and you should see our studio is so beautiful. It's difficult and challenging.
Yeah, we've seen you in several studios, and we know that the perfect one is coming up for you. And so thank you for joining us, and thank you, Tangela. Any last words before we say adios and go and have dinner?
Oh, just thank you so much, Star Child and Magari. So beautiful. It was
Who
amazing.
else do we? Yeah, we still have our lovely presenters with us,
Yeah.
and here's Lenore, and whom else?
And we have enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as well and sharing your beautiful gifts. And of course, all of our amazing Global Peace Tribe community. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to all of our presenters, our musician, and of course to our host, Scott. He's still awake because he just wished us good night in the chat. So Scott, we love you. We're thinking of you, sending you lots of love and blessings for your continued healing. I'm glad you got to rest tonight. Omashar and I got you.
We have, brother.
Angela, thank you. You and Omashar rock. And I'm
Yeah,
so grateful that you were able to run the show. Thank you so much.
It was an absolute pleasure and joy, and we hope you felt the maximum grace coming to you and the ripple effect. And I know Lenore is going to continue sending you some wonderful healing. So,
And thank you all for dancing. I saw you, Lenore, Madame Lenore. Such a blessing to see you dance, all you dancing into the light. Much love.
Good night, everybody. And Scott, you're going to have to press the off button because you're still the host, even though and all that. So love you all. See you on Wednesday for our LGBTQ show. And love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you and good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.